Special edition of Under the Ring Apron here for New York Wrestle Media. I am joined with a very good friend of mine who is now pursuing a new venture in the world of professional wrestling. Please welcome Erica to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure. The reason I wanted to bring you on is because you really recently started doing something that I didn't think you'd be very much interested in, or maybe I don't know. I'm really not sure how to phrase it, but you started doing ring announcing. So I just wanted to give you the spotlight, give you the chance to maybe explain yourself a little bit in a fun way.
Well, okay. So how I got into wrestling is actually by an ex. I have he brought me into it because when I first heard about wrestling, I was like, what's that? What's WWE? What's um
Really?
NXT? Yeah, no, I was very shut out from the whole wrestling scene. And then when he brought me in, I was actually very interested. Then I started watching the show. And then I kept watching all the like the other wrestlers and all the shows he took me to. And then one time at BCW, I met this lovely ring announcer named Shane Fair. We all
Hmm.
know Shane Fair.
Yeah, I've had him on before, so everybody should
Awesome.
go check that interview out. But
Shout out to Shane Fair.
mhm.
He actually gave me the opportunity to be able to sing the national anthem at BCW because he talked to Anthony Cole and got me up there. And I just kind of thrived a bit because most of my life I've done a lot of singing and um, honestly never really sang the national anthem anywhere until that day where he brought me there. So after that, I started singing at veteran memorials, baseball games, and other wrestling shows. Then I got in contact or with Billy Fetsky and Charlie Delutri and of Titan Championship Wrestling, and they had me on their shows singing the national anthem almost every month until recently, sometime last year at a fundraiser, rocking with puppies or dogs or something. I forget what it was called. Um, and Charlie came up to me and goes, "You're going to hate me." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "I need you to be my ring announcer today." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." So he actually kind of just threw me in there and guided me the entire time. And I saw how much like I loved doing that, seeing the faces and being the voice to, get people going and introducing the other wrestlers. I started loving it. So that's how I started and now am continuing ring announcing.
That's crazy. That I see. It's very weird. It's very interesting that you're like a new wrestling fan, kind in the sense of like you didn't grow up watching it, but when you started going to the shows, was there like what was your feeling about it? What was the vibes like when you first went to your first show?
I thought it was pretty cool to watch, honestly. Um, because it was completely out of the realm for me. Like I've been doing martial arts for almost over 20 years.
Hmm.
And that's basically all I knew was fighting, UFC, uh karate, all that stuff. I didn't and like um what do you call it? Actual like the wrestling
Like
from like
amateur.
school amateur. There you go. Amateur wrestling. Heard all about that, but then when the professional wrestling came out, I was like, whoa, this is actually pretty cool. And seeing all the wrestlers, the bumping and the storyline and their their gear and a heel and a baby face. These were all just new terms that I just felt really excited to get to learn. And it broadened my horizon seeing more things.
Who was your favorites?
Wrestlers
Yeah, like who'd you gravitate towards like when you started watching?
on the indies.
In indies, like majors, anybody specifically that like caught your attention that you're like, okay, that person's really cool.
Professionally, not on the indies. Professionally, I gravitated towards God rest his soul, Bray Wyatt.
Mm,
Um, I really liked uh The Miz.
okay.
Um, when I watched older stuff, I like The Rock for
Yeah.
sure. And then I heard also about Lillian Garcia, right?
Mm,
Yeah, Lillian. I'm really bad with names. The Hardy Boys, I really liked. On the indies, I've met tons and tons of people on the indies. Um, I would have to say Darius Carter is always a joy to watch when he wrestles. Um, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone. It's fun to watch.
hmm
Let's see. I watched Dolly Darko recently. Love her. Um, there's there's so many people I could say that like I don't even have a favorite. They just everybody that I've met, for the most part, are just very cool people. Most of them know what they're doing and always have a good show. Really.
So when you did your first wrestling show, when you performed, when you sang the national anthem, like, do you get nervous, or like you that's a person that gets nervous, or was it just kind of do it and then let's just go balls to the wall with it?
Well, I was definitely nervous because even then, because I've been singing for most of my life in front of people, you always get that nervous feeling, because I myself have really high expectations. I know what I've done, I know how I sang. So every day when I'm trying to perform in front of anyone, I get nervous because I expect so much for myself. And then even when I mess up, people are like, you messed up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just a really hard on myself type person."
Mm.
But
I mean,
I,
that sentiment's pretty much all of us in our own lives. We're hard on ourselves no matter what. It could be singing or pretty much anything. But
which is
so
true.
when you started doing that, did the nerves start going away then, or did it usually stay from show to show?
For the national anthem, it did die down a little bit, but for the most part, that nervousness does stay at a low point. But it's more for I'm nervous to disappoint the fans, the promoter, the wrestlers. I just hate disappointing in general. So, but
Mm.
besides that, I feel mostly pretty confident.
So when you started doing the ring announcing, was there any like you said that was just a spur of the moment thing? But since then, has that kind of been more adjusted to it, or like what's the overall feeling when you do ring announcing?
My feeling with ring announcing, I'm becoming more confident in it. I've done some research. I talked to different people and what their expectations are, and I've been kind of molding myself into the best that I can be, for what is asked. And it just keeps getting better and better with every show, in my opinion. From what I heard from other people, they feel the same way. I'm very open to critiques. I'm, you know, I'm just a very open person that's just willing to um, give what is expected and go above and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, knowing you personally, that's one of those things where I admire about you. Where you definitely, I can imagine people giving you some criticism, but you're taking it as like constructive criticism. Because I doubt there's anybody that's like, oh, like you're horrible, or like outright like mean about it. Because being a ring announcer is not an easy job because I could imagine what you have to remember. You have to make sure you don't say anything or mispronounce anything. I can imagine the nerves.
Yeah, the mispronouncing is a little bit pronouncing people's names and stuff like that. I usually go behind stage and make sure like I go to each wrestler and kind of adopt what they're trying to say. I have
Mhm.
had a hiccup in the recent past, but I've always I corrected myself mid card, you know.
Hmm.
Um but it is honestly a pretty stressful situation because again, I just want to do the best for everybody who's, depending on me in certain situations. So,
How are you doing with the memorization, like people's hometowns or weights? Like, what's that type of stuff that you do to
um
memorize that type of thing?
I'm still working on it. I recently have gotten like a notebook that I can
Mm.
start tabbing people's names and writing them down. Thanks to Tony Cheney for giving me that extra, try this, because I was like, yeah, because I've been working with Titan for a while. And at this point, I should have a better knowledge of everybody's intro. But I am aware that certain things changes like titles and weights, and depending on the promotion, they want me to say something else.
Hmm.
So I'm working on that, but for the most part, I am getting better at memorizing, the introducing and um this following contest is scheduled for one fall, and the this is for the TCW heavyweight championship. Like I'll memorize that, but with like the the intros of the wrestlers, sometimes I got my cue cards.
I was
Um
about to ask, have you tried like using cue cards or anything like that?
oh yeah. I've tried using cue cards. I've tried using my phone. I feel like using my phone kind of jumbles my brain a little bit sometimes. Um, so when I used it the first time, I was like, yeah, no. It just looked bad and it felt bad, so I stick to my cue cards for sure.
God forbid somebody try calling you in the middle of you trying to do ring announcing. Like, hold on, 1 second. Please, like,
Right.
I'll talk to you later.
Thankfully, I have an Apple phone, iPhone, whatever you call it, and it has that do not disturb function, so
Yes.
thankful for that.
So when it comes to like ring announcer and like like how like is there any preparations you do for your voice? Like is there any techniques you use to get your voice ready for a night of screaming your head off or announcing people's names over and over again?
Um, Not really. I just sing. I sing to myself in the car all the time. Every day I sing in general, so I feel like most of the time my voice is warmed up. I mean, it could always be better,
Mhm.
but in a sense, it's kind of like I'll have it in my head of how I want to say things. But there's no real way that I prep myself when it comes to um, how I'm saying it and how I'm projecting it because it's just kind of normal. I'm a loud person in general.
Mm.
So everything just kind of, I have to sometimes put the microphone all the way out here because of how loud I am.
Maybe you should try like this would be like a word like a little bit of advice, but maybe like sing some of the people's introductions
Hmm.
over time. Maybe like from Trenton, New Jersey, or Wayne, blah blah blah. Like I don't know. Maybe try doing that. See if you get a rhythm of it. Maybe it's also another thing for memorization too.
Yeah.
But yes, you said you also like you're like a singer from you do singing any singing projects you do on the side along with this.
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple of my best friends. One is O'Neill, uh, from GoPro, actually. And he's my guitarist while I have my other best friend who's a bassist. We're currently looking for a drummer. We kind of do things at his studio, covers, re-record, and only just recently we thought of a, silly band name called the Super Secret Turtle Club Band. And we kind of just, record covers and nothing too big. I've been wanting to do open mic nights, but sometimes our schedules clash because, one has work, one has other bands, and also GoPro and wrestling stuff. And then me, I do the ring announcing, I do martial arts. I'm going to school currently. I work almost 12 hours a day at my other job. It's hard to get that dynamic, but um, we work on that.
So when it comes to ring announcing, who do you look back on as for inspiration, or like who you take after to try and perfect your craft? I would say.
um, I can't really say, to be honest, because I've just looked up many different people, and I do love all the different types of ring announcing. Like, there's Samira, Shane Fair, on the indies. Who else? I can't really cross the names right now. But I've heard just in general how people say things without even like watching them per se.
Mm.
And kind of that's how I, learned to really announce, to be honest. I'm still currently working on my research. Um, but I'm a physical learner. I'd rather show you what I got and then get the critiques from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, when you do your research, I would assume like you look up like Howard Finkel, Samantha Irvin, Lillian Garcia,
Mhm.
Justin Roberts, those types of people. Anybody of those, when you do your research, stand out as like that's the style you try to like mimic, or like at least take like notes from?
Um, yeah, those were those were some of the people that I have researched. Um, but yeah, no, to be honest, I kind of just watch different matches and in between matches and kind of listen. It's no one really specific. I just listen to all different types.
Right. And I can imagine with you being in the ring trying to do your job. I can imagine the fans are very like try to bust your balls or try to be funny. Is there any type of interaction like that so far you've encountered?
Uh, no, I mean, when I do the national anthem, I always get like, everyone's standing, but a really big pop for that.
Right.
In the ring, I would get, depending on uh the promotion, people know me and they go Erica. Nothing really negative besides, I mean, I wouldn't consider this negative, but I would have comments like, ooh, because of the nice dresses I wear.
Right.
You know,
And I don't mean necessarily negative. I mean like a positive energy. Like you said, like people could be like go Erica go, or like depending on what you're wearing, then it's like, oh, like wow, look at this one. Like those types of reactions you might get.
I mean, I do get them, but like it's I mean, it doesn't bother me. I do appreciate all the love that I do get when it's, very positive and um basically when it's positive, but even with the negative reactions, which are very little, I honestly just throw it out of my mind because that doesn't matter to me. The show and the rest of the other fans matter to me.
What about like wrestling interactions? Any of those happening so far, like or any interesting happenings? Because I can imagine when a wrestler comes to the ring and you're doing the introduction, they try to maybe like scare you, or maybe like just say something funny, like any type of those interactions you've had so far.
I mean, I've had, reactions and story reactions like SP from Titan Championship Wrestling. He's got the attitude, and then of course me, I'm over here like rolling my eyes and crossing my arms like, okay. Um or I've had I can't remember his name, but I've had a wrestler give me a rose as part of his entrance.
Aw.
And kind of did like the flirty vibe, all part of it,
Right.
which is awesome. But in general, all of the locker rooms I've been in, most of them have been very respectful and welcoming, and you know, uh, oh, actually, there was this one time recently where I went to a promotion and um, I came into the locker room. Nobody knew who I was, even though there was posters made. But it's okay. I'm new in the game. No one's gonna know who I am. It's fine. And I overheard someone talking to another person, going like, basically calling me a groupie in the locker room. And I'm just like,
Okay.
again, I didn't say anything because you can call me a groupie. I don't care, but I know who I am. I know my worth, and you're probably going to be personally sorry when you realize that I'm the ring announcer for that show, not a groupie. So I kind of just played it off, but it didn't really bother me. It kind of made me giggle. But I wouldn't really consider that a negative. I like to consider a lot of like, things that happen like that as a learning process of just people around me, and kind of,
Yeah.
work around that stuff.
Yeah. Like I guess. Well, what would you mean like it's a learning curve for you? Because like if you're hearing that in the locker room, that you would have to feel a certain way. Like people are talking about me, or
It's more of just like um a learn, like someone calls me a groupie. uh that's when I learned, oh, people are just uneducated at the moment.
right?
Or um kind of watch out for certain people and who they talk to. And like if they come up to me and apologize, sure, which they did,
Right.
that will be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for the apology, but there's a slight barrier here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like at the end of the day, all you guys are working on one show, and you're just trying to be entertaining for the fans that pay a good ticket for the show.
Exactly. But like it's
So
always good to keep in mind, of certain things, and get to know people in general, because you never know what's going on in someone's life. You know what I
right.
mean? Regardless if someone's being nasty to someone, or someone's making comments, or someone's quiet, it gives me that feeling like, okay, you don't know what's going on in that person's life. Don't take it personal. And maybe in the future, learn about that person,
Mm.
see what's going on. I'm a very friendly girl. I love to, make acquaintances, make friends. I love to get to know everybody. I love to love. I'm a loving person. Love to give hugs, make people feel good. That's it.
Yeah. You're definitely one of a kind in that aspect. So,
Thank
like, is this something you want to continue? Like, I know it's like early on, but is this like a venture you want to continue doing with ring announcing?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I feel this is something I would like to pursue. Uh and then honestly, it's been opening a lot of opportunities for me outside of wrestling. So it's actually, um yeah, something I would definitely pursue for my future. I do have other things like my actual career that I would like to be going to, but like if I keep going and doing ring announcing and getting these opportunities, obviously my future is going to go to a different direction, but for the better.
How would you feel if they ever offered you a chance to go in the ring, or at least do like an in ring angle for a show?
What do you mean?
Like, they do something physical.
I would do it.
You know how to take a bump.
Oh, well, I've done a couple bumps in the ring without anybody showing me, and people are like, wow. And I'm just like, yeah, I do martial arts. I know how to fall.
Right.
Like, I mean, and also watching all these wrestlers do their work, I can kind of get a basis on what they do. Obviously, I would be green, right?
Hmm.
Was that the term?
Yeah.
But I feel more than capable to be able to do physical stuff in the ring. Would I do it all the time? No, because that would then mean I should become a wrestler, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like once they
You
see,
know?
like, oh, like this girl actually has something. Let's book her for every show. Let's see what she can do.
Exactly. And like, don't get me wrong, it's been a thought in my head, and I've been asked by several people, oh, so when are you going to get in the ring? When are you going to become a wrestler? And I look at them, I'm like, I would rather be the voice for right now.
Hmm.
Um, my bones are, have some age on them from doing karate for over 20 years. And I
Hmm.
know that's a lot on your body as well. So at the moment, I would like to just stay the voice and do like little physical things here and there. I can do a bump. If it's something they're looking for more, sure, I'll try it, but it's
Hmm.
not like an all the time thing.
Here's a little pitch that if anybody's watching this, you could definitely steal it. All do well if, say, one of the wrestlers tries to hit on you and you hit them with a judo throw.
That would
That'd
be
be
pretty cool.
that'd be a very cool visual to see the ring announcer just throw this. It has to be like respectfully, it has to be somebody you could throw. Not you're not gonna throw like a 300-pound dude.
Oh,
If
you
you could,
kidding me?
then do it.
Do you know Lou Bruno? I mean, who doesn't know Lou Bruno?
Yes.
I've thrown him, and that's realistic. Okay,
Oh my god.
that's very realistic. It was great. You should ask him. But you know how he's like 7 foot?
Hmm.
Yeah, I threw him.
Wow.
Yeah, and all respect, obviously, because I love me some Lou.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Yeah. I mean, because that'd be an interesting thing. Like, I mean, nowadays in wrestling, it's all about views. So if the ring announcer threw a guy for trying to hit on her, it'd be definitely get a lot of views on social media.
Yeah, yeah. Or um, if there was a celebration happening and there was like a pie, you know, throw a pie in someone's face and hit them on the table or something. I don't
So
know.
you're volunteering to take a pie to the face.
Not me, them.
Oh, I was about to say, where are we going with this? Oh, so wait, you're willing to take a table bump then?
I could.
You want somebody to throw you through a table?
I'm good with trying everything once.
Yeah, flash forward to from now and then when you go through the table and you're in like pain because you know it's gonna hurt.
I have 20 tattoos. I think I'm okay with pain.
Okay.
I actually just got my
Whoops.
new one today of tattooing. But no, like I said, being in martial arts for over 20 years, I've dealt with all different types of pain in that aspect.
Hmm.
So like what's another being thrown on an object? I was very active during my young life. I've rode horses and have been thrown off a horse multiple times. I've fell out of trees while climbing. Like if I could take that, I'm sure I could take a table bump, in my opinion.
No. So you've been pretty much doing ring announcing in the Jersey
Yes.
area.
Well, yes, and I've also done ring announcing in New York, and right now I am just on and off doing national anthem in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Mhm.
So you're pretty much a jack of all trades at this point.
Uh, yeah, I can do it all.
Yeah. But so let me ask you. So as far as like your fandom today, how do you feel about the wrestling world that is going on at the moment? Anything any storylines interested you at this moment?
Uh,
or characters that's currently on television at the moment?
No, no. I like everything equally. I don't have really a favorite. I'm a very indecisive person too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably why I'm a jack of all trades. I just can't stop doing everything. And it's hard for me to really pick favorites because making friends with everybody and stuff like that, you don't want to just pick a favorite.
Mm.
I do have a favorite person in the wrestling scene. She's actually a photographer, and her name is Jeanette. She has a page, Nettie's Photography.
Mm-hmm.
She is one of my favorites. But besides that, I would just say like TCW, Titan Championship Wrestling, is like my home. So everybody who's on that card, the promoters and just the ring crew and everybody like that, you know, they're my favorite people. You know, because even before I was ring announcing, they were still like family to me, and then giving me that push and being supportive all the way through, like that's more than I can ask for. Mm-hmm. So I would just say Billy, Charlie, and everybody on the roster, they're my favorite.
That's great to hear. So as we wrap up, give everybody a plug. Where can everybody find you on social media, and where can people book you?
So everybody can find me and book me through my Instagram, EMC_official biz. Official, and then biz is BIZ. So far, that's where you can find me on social media. I do have a personal Instagram, Facebook. Some people can add me. I do have a TikTok. But for right now, with the wrestling career and national anthem singing and anything else, really, it would be from the EMC_official biz.
Thank you for taking your time out of your day to join me here, and hopefully this is just hopefully this is the beginning of something more for you, and you get more bookings out of this, and definitely get to see you more in the spotlight.
I thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And for everybody that's tuning in, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And everybody have a wonderful day. And we'll see you in a bit.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.